Know your audience. That is true of YouTube as it is for public speaking or classroom or whatever type of speaking you end up doing. I thought it was important on my channel to describe who I see as the potential niche or audience for Renaissance Spirit. I've done some videos explaining what I believe the Renaissance Spirit is. And that is someone who is interested in learning a wide variety of subjects and might be an expert at several of them. Someone with a yearning for lifelong reading and writing and education. Someone who is interested and cognizant to understand their place in the world and want to be more or have more in life. And also someone who is willing to work at their own happiness and that of other people. So that's how I describe my channel. Basically is a style for what I call living, growing, learning, and thinking. Someone who puts themselves in situ to the vast thread of humanity, both present, past, and future. So that being said, I think it would be beneficial for me to be honest and upfront with you and tell you who I see as being part of the Renaissance Spirit. If you're not, what I'm about to talk about, completely up to you whether you watch my videos or not. I'm just saying that the people that I'm going to enumerate is going to be who I see currently as the main audience for the channel. That includes people who try to excel. If that isn't you, I'm not saying that you don't belong on this channel. I'm saying that if you haven't done that in your past or your present or something that you're going to try to do in the future, then you might not be able to get as much out of this channel as you would otherwise. Also, this channel is geared towards people who are open-minded. You have to be open-minded to be able to live the Renaissance spirit, the Renaissance style. The ability to not discriminate based off of someone's skin color or their sexual orientation or their ethnicity or their religious or political affiliation. If you have a problem with hatred and racism and homophobia and xenophobia, you're more than welcome to watch this channel, but I don't really see you getting anything out of it unless you're willing to change your mind about things like Native American rights, things like Jim Crow, things like homophobia, things like minority rights. If you're not willing to discuss those things, you're probably not going to really watch most of my videos, and if you do, you're probably going to drop off in a couple of seconds. So again, if you're one of those people, you're probably not my target audience. If you are not willing to learn different subjects, and again, a myriad of subjects that aren't necessarily, all other things being equal, related, but are relatable through a holistic approach. If you're not willing to learn different things, generally speaking, you're probably not going to get much out of this channel. Again, I'm just being honest with you. I'm not going to expect anyone to learn physics, for example, on this channel, or how to fold napkins properly, cloth napkins. I talk about things like chess, I talk about things like painting, but I don't really get into specifics. That's not really the niche or the target of this channel. I'm just trying to convey things to you that would broaden your horizons, broaden my horizons, open yourself up to new experiences, or appreciate the experiences that you already savor. If you're not willing to go out of your comfort level, you're probably not going to get a lot out of this channel. I know this is probably really weird of a video because most people explain why you should be watching, not necessarily why you shouldn't. And if you shouldn't, does that say more about me or does that say more about you? I guess that all depends on how well of a job I do, all other things being equal. So if you're not willing to learn, if you're not willing to experience new things that you might not have necessarily thought about before, or hearing things that you've heard, 1,000 times, but in a different way, and if you're racist or xenophobic, you're probably not going to get much out of this unless I'm able to somehow change your mind. And if you have strong views, and I certainly do. I can be very stubborn about certain things, but I'm open to new ideas and new perspectives, but only to a degree. I know enough about racism to say that I don't believe in racism. I don't believe in the concept of race in general. Science has proven that, this is not a scientific term. We're all 99.9% the same. We're all one race. If that doesn't mean something to you, you're not going to really be able to get stuff out of that. But that being said, we all have an innate desire to learn and to grow. So just because you aren't necessarily who you want to be or your best self doesn't mean that you can't be in the future. So if you are willing to take that journey with us, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and watch my other videos. If I'm able to reach just one person who believed that racism was just part of their culture, their society, and reach them in a way that makes them understand that racism is not acceptable, then I've done a public service for everyone. Whether I ever get to that point, though, I'm not sure. I've done what some people might consider controversial videos, specifically things like any topic on Trump or DeSantis or the modern Republican Party. And I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying that all conservatives are one way and all Democrats or liberals or progressives are another. It's not my place to say that. I don't know, I don't know what is in someone's hearts or their minds. It's not my place to judge. I'm not a judge. I'm just a person like everybody else, like you. I can tell you when I disagree with someone's behavior, but that's not the same as saying I'm judging someone's character, if that makes any sense. So if you are my niche market, please let me know what kind of job you think I'm doing, if my videos have improved or the quality is better than it was when I first started this back in March of 2023. I think my first video was put up end of March, beginning of April, I'm not really sure. So I'm a little bit beyond 6 months at this point. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if the topics and the conversations that we have resonate with you, or if there's certain things that you'd like me to do that I'm not currently doing, or different perspectives that I'm not currently elaborating enough on. I want this channel to mean something, and I want it to mean something to you. So please let me know what you think would be any recommendations. And if you're not part of my audience, and you're not part of my niche group, tell me what your thoughts are. That's not to say that I'm not going to do videos on Trump or DeSantis or problems that I see in the world, generally speaking. I'm going to do those videos. You don't have to necessarily watch, and you certainly don't have to go and add comments if you're not interested. But I do want to hear diverse opinions. I think we all have a voice. We all matter. We're all the same family, and we need to understand and learn from each other as much as we can. That's how cohesion in a society works. And at this point, I don't believe enough people are saying that. I don't think enough people are willing to listen to the other side. I'm willing to listen and talk to anybody, and I hope you are as well. I'm not going to raise my voice if I disagree with you. I may counter whatever points you have, and I would expect you to do the same in a reasonable, rational, concise, focused debate. Absolutely. But I don't think a lot of us are willing to listen to each other anymore. And I think that hurts everybody. And it certainly hurts our culture and society. So if you are one of my niche subscribers, thank you very much. Let me know how I can improve my channel for you. And if you're not yet a subscriber, but you do fit into that realm, please consider subscribing. And if you're concerned or have reservations, please let me know those as well in the comments. And if you're watching these videos and wondering who I am and why I'm even talking to you, it's your choice. You're more than welcome to turn off at any point in time. I would just rather that you tune out because I'm not reaching you. My videos aren't well enough choreographed, or they're put up on times that you're not interested in, or the video quality or audio quality needs to be improved. I would rather work on those things than to have someone tell me, hey, I'm a racist, I don't have any reason to watch your videos. If you understand the dynamic and the difference between the two. At least on the former, on things like audio and video quality, hopefully I can improve on. But if you're not willing to listen to somebody talk about why race doesn't exist, I don't know if we're going to have much common ground. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this interesting, nothing else. But I do want to hear your opinions either way. Take care. Thank you very much for watching.